Hello, everyone. It could be debated as to what the biggest news is when it comes to the war in Ukraine for today. But there is one that's been the hardest to ignore, and that is a drone attack in Moscow. So far, it hasn't been established exactly who had carried out the drone attack. However, of course, the Russian government is screaming to high heaven that it was Ukrainians and how badly Ukrainians are mistreating them. Let's take a look. Apparently, the drone attack had injured 2 people and damaged several buildings. Putin had accused Ukraine of choosing the path of intimidation, and I just want to laugh. This gentleman here expressed it very, very well. He's absolutely right. This is hypocrisy at its worst. Absolute nonsense. In addition to the immediate realities of war, we're also dealing with potentially some of the influential individuals trying to spin it for their own advantage. On the surface, the proposal by Polish President Andrzej Duda to keep people allegedly under Russian influence out of public office doesn't seem like such a bad idea. The concern there is how subjective this can become and whether or not Duda is looking to use this, if made into law, as a weapon against his opposition. Basically, to just point at anyone from his opposing parties, competing parties, and say, well, I think thus and such was under the Russian influence. Considering that up until recently, Poland and Russia had fairly active diplomatic relations, that could be abused very easily. So more to come. Another person in the news is our very own South Carolina, our neighbors, Senator Lindsey Graham. So, due to some not very clever editing by Ukrainian media, sorry guys, on one hand he said Russian people were dying, on the other hand he said that aid to Ukraine was the best money U.S. had ever spent, and there was a big knee-jerk reaction by the Russian government who issued a warrant to his arrest. Now, here is where we have to kind of be careful with him. On one hand, he has been supportive so far to providing aid to Ukraine. On the other hand, he is a huge fan of Trump, who is a friend of Putin.